You'll spend 80,000 hours at work. You're here because you want those hours to count. Hi, I'm Zoë Schöfield.
And I'm Erica Sosna. A warm welcome to the Career Equation podcast. On this podcast, we take time out from our award-winning careers consultancy to share a game-changing formula to help you solve the sum of your life.
Each week, we and our guests use the Career Equation to explore their story so far and help them unlock the secrets of a fulfilling career.
Well, hello there, Zoe.
Well, hello there, Erica.
I gather we seem to be on our very first ever episode of the Career Equation podcast.
We are indeed. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm excited. Shall we let our listeners know what on earth is going on?
Yeah, let's tell them a little bit about who we are and why we're doing this pod, shall we? Maybe I'll start. I'm Zoë Schöfield, and you would say that I'm a bit of a multi-passionate, really, and that sees me doing work from my career consultancy with the Career Equation and the wonderful work I do with Erica, an independent coach, and a bit of a side hustle as an artist and surface pattern designer. My work has seen me work across a couple of sectors in terms of public and private, but really at my heart, I'm all about making people happy, helping them to be the best versions of themselves, to continue their sort of personal growth journey and to flourish in their lives, I suppose.
You certainly are. And I hope that people are really going to enjoy getting to know you over this podcast, because I have very much enjoyed getting to know you and continuing to get to know you. I am the creator of the Career Equation and the founder of a careers consultancy based on it. I've been a coach since 2004, coaching thousands of people worldwide around their career decision-making, going from burnout to bright spark, making lateral moves, moving up the ladder, going freelance, whatever direction it is they want to travel, I've probably accompanied them with it. I've written books on the subject too, in fact, and I speak a lot about the future of work and career direction, career navigation. I care a lot about it, actually, because I was someone who really struggled to find their niche. I knew I was a useful person. I got good grades. I wanted to find my place and space, but finding the sort of place where my unique skill set might work and honing my decision-making around that and my confidence around that took some time. And over the years, I discovered that lots of other people were also struggling with, how do I find the right role for me? How do I find the right place? How do I translate my skills, my interests, or the subjects I studied into work that's meaningful and useful for me and for other people? So that's really been my area of interest and passion over the last couple of decades. I set up a consultancy to support us in doing that over the last 6 years and honed a method that we're going to spend some time on called the Career Equation. And then a couple of years ago, my life changed dramatically. I was run over and I was paralyzed from the waist down. And in the journey of recovery there, I really got to thinking, you know what? Life is short. Impacts are important to me. And while I love the consulting work that we do with organizations to help them keep their best people and have these great career conversations, there's actually millions of people all over the world who could really do with the support and the methodology that we are able to bring. And what is the most scalable, most fun way to do that? Definitely a podcast. So that's what brought us here, really. I'm really about, how do I support people to really flourish in their work and their lives, find the career paths to help them make the right decisions. You know, we've helped companies to reduce graduate churn from something like 30% to 10%. We've grown internal mobility of senior leadership significantly. We've enabled senior directors to have a clearer career path in their later stage of their career. But sometimes, look, it can take ages to be able to work directly with somebody if you're negotiating with a large firm. And so this is our chance to just speak directly to you, as you out there in the world, whether you are in-house, whether you're thinking about making a move, whether you love what you do or hate it, and whether you are a head of learning, a business leader, just wanting to understand more about how the equation can work for you. That's the purpose of this pod.
I think what's really important to us, I know both of us really care passionately about broadening our reach, if you like, of who the Career Equation touches, so that it really is available to anyone, anywhere. The purpose of this pod is to share the Career Equation with people so that you yourselves can use it to help you solve your own career conundrums, find out what your thriving zone is, and really make good, sound decisions about those future career choices. And for us, it's really about helping to educate, I guess, using our knowledge and expertise that we've gathered over many years of using the career equation with people and really giving everybody the opportunity to use a simple and practical method to find out what it is that they want to do, what matters most to them, and to move towards that.
Now, we know that you're going to spend up to 80,000 hours at work, and we want you to make that time count. We know that many people have fallen into their careers rather than chosen them, us included. And in the 21st century career, you really need to have that level of intention about where it is that you want to go to, and to have a modality to be able to navigate your career in a skillful way so that you know where your sweet spots are. And so you can play to them and choose work that really suits them. The career equation model is a quick and powerful and easy way to really retrofit this gap in your personal self-knowledge education. And best of all, the education in this podcast is totally free. And it works for everybody, whether you're 10 years old or 80. We've worked with every one of those ages and stages and everyone in between. So do check out the Career Equation website for more info about how the pods and the videos and the tools can support you to start conversations with your young people, with the talent around you, and of course, for your own career trajectory to be intentional and successful. That's a little bit about us and why we started, what we're all about. But perhaps you're wondering, what even is the career equation? So I'm going to hand over to Zoë to share a little bit about it.
Thank you, Erica. Yeah, so the career equation is a simple and practical method to help us understand our thriving zone. And it contains 4 key components, really nice and simple. So the first component is skills. And what we're saying is we want to be able to work in our area of skill, strengths, gifts, and talents that we love to use, we love to develop, and we can't help but use them. The second component is passions. So here we really want to be applying our skills, those talents, to an area of passion. That could be a subject, a topic, an industry, or our way of being that we absolutely love, we care passionately about, it energizes us, and we really want to spend our time in and around. The third component is impact. So, of course, it's really important that we're using those skills and our passions and really feeling like we make a difference. So we're having an impact that's really, really important to us, that means a lot to us and makes us feel successful. And the fourth component, and this is really, really important, is that we're doing all of those things in an environment that helps us to be at our best. So the fourth component is environmental fit. Now, there's a whole lot of things that go into the environmental fit when it comes to the work we do. And that can be anything from the size of the organization, the location, the type of people that we're working with, the leaders, the values, the morals of the company. Do I have lots of autonomy and freedom? Or is there lots of structure and process that really helps me to be at my best? All of those things go into making up a really fabulous environment that's going to sort of nourish you and feed you in the work that you do. So there you have it, 4 simple components of the career equation: skills plus passion plus impact plus environmental fit. Get those things right, and you really will hit your sweet spot and your thriving zone.
Thank you for explaining that so beautifully, Zoë. And yes, 4 simple components, 4 simple pieces, 4 simple buckets, if you like, for career decision making that over these many years of coaching thousands of different people, I've discovered are the kind of key points of like anxiety, desire, interest in your career. And plenty of us have discovered that the job for life is really over. And so it's not just one decision that we're making. We're going to have to make lots of decisions over and over again. And your career is likely to be not that linear. You may recreate and reinvent yourself several different times over those 80,000 hours. But still, it's my belief and my experience that actually you still can't do everything. There are going to be some things that you are born for, that you are a natural with, and some things you will be barely competent at. See my marketing or my accounts, right? And to succeed in an agile career environment, you really need to know what are those things? What are the sweet spots? And yes, it can be okay to have a plan for a squiggly, a random, eclectic career path. But for many people, they actually still value having a structure, being able to think things through and to make a plan based on relevant data. And if your plan ends up being, I want to just navigate this by having a sort of experiments and seeing where that takes me, that's great, but let's do that based on information. And that's what the career equation method and the pod really offer.
And lastly, we believe that insight and self-knowledge can change lives and transform performance. When we're able to follow our own definition of success and articulate what really does matter to us, we do better, we live better, and we perform better. And that remarkable experience of living and working to our sweet spot really does enable us to accomplish remarkable things. And that makes us valuable to organizations and to the people we serve. A great deal of self-confidence, mental health and well-being comes from being able to be transparent about who we are and what matters to us in this way. So many of us didn't get a good education in how to navigate careers, and this is really one model that works for everyone and helps solve pretty much any career challenge.
There's so much that you and I have to say about careers, about the award-winning work that we've done, all the different companies that we work for, yada, yada, yada. And also really how the tools can work for you. But we decided in the end that probably the best way to demonstrate and to bring life to the tools was to use the format of the equation over and over again with talented people, professionals making decisions about their careers. So what you're going to discover over the upcoming episodes is a structure to answer questions around your career using the career equation. We ask our guests to think in advance about 4 different times in their lives. 1, where they really knew that they had a talent for something. 2, when they were enjoying and loving what they were doing. 3, when they were working in an area where something really mattered to them. And lastly, when they were in an environment where they didn't feel like they could do their best work. When we run this agenda, it allows us to quickly deep dive as coaches into what really matters to the person in front of us. And out the back of it pops what we call a career design statement, a summary of who they are, what matters to them, their direction of travel that's punchy, concise, and clear, and allows them to drill into the detail of how the question they're trying to solve might be supported by really understanding the criteria that matter most to them. And of course, alongside that, we're going to try some other stuff. The two of us are going to have a chance to have a natter every so often to share a key idea around career dialogue, career conversation, your own personalized career insights, and our thoughts about where the world of work is going. And hopefully that will give you a chance to also be able to tuck into questions with us as well. Drop us a line, share something on the Facebook group and tell us what is it that you would like to understand better, or even invite yourself on to be a guest. And we will bring in some of our friends, thinkers, thought leaders. Of course, we know lots of different career coaches and consultants who have an expertise and perspective on the future of work. So we'll be bringing them in to have a chat with us too.
We'll be looking at masterclasses, discussions, interview with experts, live coaching sessions on specific career topics. Client firms maybe talking about how they've implemented the career equation, but we'd really like to grow the podcast in collaboration with our community. So we do really value your ideas and feedback. So you can get in touch with us by emailing pod@thecareerequation.com. That's pod@thecareerequation.com. And tell us how we're doing. Tell us what you want to hear more of, how else we can really help you. And remember these 3 key ideas. First is that a career is a series of choices. It's not one decision for life. You can choose and choose again. All we hope for you and all we want you to use the career equation for is to help you make those choices with more clarity, that self-insight, that knowledge that helps you make good decisions for those next choices. The second is that most of us fell into our career rather than chose it. And that's why it's so important to use the career equation to help us really understand what success looks and feels like for us, so that we can choose rather than falling into those next decisions. And also that too much choice is overwhelming. Our brain doesn't like too much choice. It feels overwhelmed and then we freeze, we get stuck and we don't know what to do next. So the equation will really help us to gain clarity, to reduce that overwhelm, understand what helps us to be at our best and what matters most, and then step forward into choices with purpose rather than feeling overwhelmed. So welcome to the Career Equation podcast. We can't wait to get to know you more. So tuck into our first few episodes and let us know what your thoughts are around that.
As Rumi said, we are hungry to get to know you. So don't be a stranger. Let us know what you're up to. Let us know how we're doing because, gosh, this is a big endeavor and a brand new thing for us. And I'm sure we will look back at this episode and cringe deeply, probably. But we are very, very excited to bring you all of the career equation formula discussions that we have been beavering away on this summer. And we really look forward to seeing what happens next. Take care. Tatty bye.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Career Equation podcast.
Stay connected with us on socials for more career insights, behind-the-scenes moments, and updates on upcoming episodes. And if you'd like to work with us, visit the Career Equation website or click the links in the show notes.
Remember, the Career Equation isn't just a podcast. It's a journey towards unlocking your full potential, enjoying your life, and doing remarkable stuff.
Until next time, keep solving those career equations and pursuing your path to success.
And don't forget to share your thoughts and feedback with us. Your input shapes the future of our show.
Until next time, keep solving those career equations and pursuing your path to success. This is Erica Sosna
and Zoë Schöfield. Signing off.